Gustavo Sanchez, and I will be presenting the SQ3R study method. Here, we will have 4 tables. What is the SQ3R method? How does it help? Application of the SQ3R method and future adaptations. What is the SQ3R method? The SQ3R method has 5 parts to it. One is survey, which is where you skim through the readings by watching out for titles, summaries, introductions, and any visuals to gain a general sense of the reading. The second part is the question part. Turn any of those aforementioned titles, headings, and subheadings into questions or guided questions to create points in which to focus on while reading. Third part is read. Read the text carefully. While reading, find the answers to those guided questions you created while surveying, which is the first part. Second R is recite. After each section, pause and try to recall the main points and answers to those guided questions. And the last R is review. Go over your notes, your summarizations, and the text to solidify understanding, check for gaps, and see how concepts fit together. How does it help? And here's my application of the SQ3R method. Some strengths, or how it helps, is that it helps encourage active engagement. It strengthens retrieval pathways, which makes it easier and easier every time you use the SQ3R method. It makes it become a habit. And it significantly boosts comprehension, retention, and critical thinking. And we also have some alterations. SQ3R method is not set in stone. It can be made shorter, faster, more effective, and it can be adjusted for every topic or reading. And here's my application. My application was to the Rain Scholar 2016 article. Here I surveyed headings and subheadings, I created questions, I read carefully, and I made summaries of every part of the text, including the introduction and some other topics like the reading process. How it helped me is I actively held more attention to the article because it forced me to answer those guided questions. You also have to be It also made me want to keep using this method because it was very effective when coming back to it. It made it a thorough summary, and I did not have to keep rereading the article every time I had a question. Future adaptations. Now, as I said before, the SQ3R method is not set in stone. It can be paired up with other things. Here are some ideas if it was paired up with index cards. It can make unknown words or ideas more simpler to come back to when using cards. You could write words you don't know, write the definitions to it, so that you don't take up space in your thorough summaries, and it doesn't look as clunky and as compressed. It also allows for more specifically focused material. Now that's a weakness I noticed about the SQ3R method. It's very thorough summarization, but when it comes to very specific topics, you find it hard to know all the context behind it, which is why having index cards can help with that. It also can be used to write your guided questions, so that you don't have to have them in your head and maybe forget about them. You could write them down. Another option is paired with annotation. So while you're reading, you could annotate. You could pick up and highlight any other interesting things to know, make it more thorough. It forces you to process information more deeply and encourages more questions than just the guided ones you first annotated when you first surveyed. It can also be paired with AI as a study partner. It can help with automated tasks, it can help with abstract ideas you may not know about, and can help think of some guided questions if you do not know any. Here are my references. And here's my conclusion. The SQ3R method is a tried and true method, but will need to be adjusted per each assignment or each class for its use and constant use, as it is more prone for weakness for more math related and is more for articles, but again, it can be adjusted for such cases.